Welcome to another AMA with Kadena Ecosystem. In this episode, we'll be speaking with the team from Secret Garden of Kadena. This conversation was recorded on April 26, 2023, live on Twitter Spaces. The views and expressions in this AMA do not represent the views of Kadena Ecosystem directly and are not to be considered as financial advice. Please make sure to do your own research on the projects presented. Also, make sure to follow and subscribe to our account to be alerted of new uploads. Now let's get started. Enjoy. Welcome everybody to another AMA with Kadena Ecosystem. Today we have our good friends over at Secret Garden of Kadena. They've been hard at work on their project. They have NFTs out now. They have games that they've built. A lot of progress has been made and a lot of really cool things in the pipeline. So welcome, gentlemen. Welcome back to the AMA. Good to have you here.
Buddy, thanks for having us.
Yeah, we always enjoy these with you.
Love them.
So appreciate having you.
Awesome. So why don't we just start with a very basic, in case anyone listening to this doesn't know what Secret Garden really is. How about a quick little just run over about what the project's all about?
Sure. Yeah, we're building a multi-game protocol. We're basically going to build a different game from each kind of top genre. The first game we have now is called Blox Heroes. It's kind of a hyper-casual survival game. It's currently not play to earn, but that is going to be our first play to earn project where we build that game out. We don't have any plans for a token right now. We plan on doing NFT rewards. We're going to do a play to own system where you can stake your NFTs for rewards, or you can play the game for rewards. And those rewards will be actual NFTs that will be used in the game, or they can be resold. Those NFTs are also stackable to upgrade, and that way you can kind of upgrade those weapons to where they have more value in-game and out-of-game, whether you want to use them or not. So we're trying to do things a little different with not having a token and not really paying everyone to play every day. Those systems can be a little bit unsustainable at times because you got a lot of sell pressure on the token, and you got to have new buyers coming in and stuff like that. So we're trying to develop a little bit of a different system that may be a little more sustainable with using the NFT rewards.
And it'll also be free to play also.
Correct. Yeah. Well, it'll be free to play for everybody, but if you want to play to earn, we'll have the NFT rewards. So it really can bottleneck a project if you make it NFT holders only. You end up with just a few thousand players. And if you got someone holding a bunch of NFTs just for the art or the value, then you limit your players even more. So having that free to play for everybody is a good thing, because obviously you'll have pay options in there. If you want some extra weapons or want some extra something in the game, you can pay to do that in the free to play mode. But if you want to just come in and play for free, then you can do that as well. So.
Well, it's good to hear that you've decided to take the route of doing it free to play and not putting the whole bottleneck of you must own an NFT to have access to the game. The only thing I can see having issues with in the future is, like, I've tried the game and it's very good. The only thing I would say is if you're going to be doing a mobile version, you may have some issues when it comes to Apple, at least. I know that, because they are very much against like in-app crypto purchases, any things that are kind of linked to those kind of things. Just be prepared for that, because we're going through those same pains right now with Koala Wallet. Yeah. And it's just been a big pain. So, but definitely I've tried the game out. Blox is very awesome, very cool game. It plays very smoothly, which I was very surprised. I was like, wow, it runs very smooth. The textures and the quality is very top notch. I couldn't tell that. I would assume that it would be made from a large gaming company like Bixby or someone that makes, all these different games, and not just from a little team of individuals just kind of doing it for the love. So maybe let's start off going over Blox Heroes. Maybe just give a little description of the game for people who haven't played it or haven't heard of it, and how people can give it a whirl.
Yeah, sure. It's like I said, it's kind of a hyper casual survival battle game. So basically the hero just starts off in the middle of a map. There's actually 5 different heroes you can choose from. There's 3 different maps, and it's just kind of a square map, and you just have this area that you run around, and you're getting chased by enemies the whole time, and you just have to. You have it auto attacks. You have 2 special attacks. You have a jump and a dash. And so basically you just try to maneuver around the board and collect coins, and you can level up as you collect coins and as you kill enough enemies. And then I think it's like every 15 levels and a little orc boss comes out, you kill that, and then it changes to a different enemy, and they get harder as it goes. So I think there's 50 different enemies total. And so, hundreds of levels basically, and you just keep trying to survive as they get harder and
Yeah, it's
harder.
pretty interesting too. We had a meeting the other night and was kind of brainstorming some ideas, and we wanted to put this game out to get something there for people to kind of play. And there's a few little things that during beta test, people in our Discord have come to us and said, "Hey, it does this," or it does that. And so we're making notes and working with the dev team, just about how to fix some of that stuff. And we've got some really good ideas of how to spread the map out, do some different things, remove certain obstacles, and really create a way. It's going to be way more fun. Like, I'm excited about where our next steps are going to build Battle Blocks out. So, it's a fun game and it's exciting, but the vision down the road for what that's going to be is amazing. Like, I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, it's done in a low poly style. The maps and everything are, and the characters are like boxy. They're like boxes, and so it's kind of a cartoony looking game, but it's a lot of fun. And the Twitter for that is at Blox Heroes, and that's BLOX. So at Blox Heroes, and you can go and see that we've got the game up on itch.io right now, the prototype, and you can go play it and to the different characters or whatever. Just an FYI, if you do, the druid is the most fun, in my opinion. The druid's the most
Come
fun.
on now.
But anyway, definitely go check it out. Hop in our Discord. We have a beta testing channel where we're taking feedback on anything any suggestions or things problems people have or anything like that. Because the next step of this, right now, it's kind of an auto shoot function with some special abilities, and it's fairly basic. But the next step of this, the NFT rewards we're going to be doing is actual in-game weapons. So we're actually going to have where like the barbarian will have a whole bunch of different axes, and they'll have different powers, and they'll have different, and they'll all be NFTs. So the people staking and the people playing the game will actually be having the NFT weapons that will be upgradable and different types of weapons and stuff. So it's actually going to have a real attack function. So it's not just going to be a kind of an auto shoot with a couple of special attacks. You'll actually have to physically attack the enemies, and so that's going to change the play of the game a good bit, I would say, for the better.
Yeah, and one of the things too I love, I want everybody to go to the Discord, play the game, tell us what you like, tell us what you want to see, like, what fires you up about a game and excites you about a game that makes you want to go play it every day when you get a break, and give us that feedback. Let us know what you like, what you want, and what we can implement into the game to make it more exciting for you. So we love that. Not necessarily just if there's something wrong, but what do you really want to see in games? Give us that feedback as well.
Yeah, feedback is definitely very vital when it comes to the development of these games, because it pretty much is still in like a beta form. I would say it's not at a finished production release kind of form right now. But I will say it's very close to that. I feel like you're getting very close to that point where you could almost do a production release. Now, when it comes to actually tying together the NFTs and the game, how is that going to work? So like, for example, you had your original Gen 0 mint on arcade. So if anyone wants to go and grab themselves one of these really cool gnomes, you can go to arcade.fun and pick them up on their marketplace. I believe the mint's completely over, is it not?
Yes, for the Gen 0.
Yes, it was a free mint. Yeah, it was a free
very...
mint we did back February 12th. So yeah, it went quickly, obviously. But I think the floor price right now is like right at 15 KDA. And that's basically going to be the gatekeep function for the game. If we end up with more players and we need to expand that out, we may have to look at our options there of having some other type of game pass or something for that game. But for now, the Gen 0 will be the gatekeep function, and it'll be the staking. So you'll be able to stake Gen Zero. We hope to get. We're planning on getting that out before the game. Allow people to go ahead and stake the NFTs every so many days. They can go claim a weapon, and then that way, when the game is ready to come out, play to earn, production ready, then we will be able to drop the game, and they'll automatically have weapons for the game. They'll automatically be able to sell those. Whatever they choose to do with those rewards. But yeah, basically, whenever they get an NFT, they'll be able to use that weapon in the game. And then if they get 2 of those NFTs, they'll be able to stack it, which basically the way Marmalade and Kadena works is we would have to burn those 2 and mint them a new level 2 weapon. So the NFTs will actually be a little deflationary in the way that if you have a couple of level 2 or level 1 weapons and you burn them both to get a level 2, then that automatically burns 2 of the level 1s. So it's going to deflationary, and we'll introduce more weapons later. We'll have I think we're starting out somewhere about 10 or more weapons per hero. So yeah, we'll have a whole weapons system going on there with different styles of weapons and rewards and stuff.
Yeah, and people are really holding on to them. I mean, they like what's coming with the staking and been able to stack them. The total supply was 1,050, and right now the floor price is 15 KDA, and there's only 181 listed. So people are buying them up and holding on to them. So.
Well, they definitely see the potential, I assume. That's one good thing about how much hard work that you guys have put into this. And one thing I want to say about the game is the soundtrack music for it is awesome. I don't know if you guys had someone compose that for you. It gives me very much like Legend of Zelda type vibes. For anyone listening here, here's the music. I don't know if you can hear that or not.
Yeah.
I kind of have my mic held up to the thing.
Yeah, you can hear it.
So yeah, very, very Legend of Zelda type feels. But like I said, everything about the game that I've seen so far has been absolutely awesome. So yeah, like if you guys have not tried it out, you can just go right to their Twitter page for Battle Blox Hero. It's the pinned tweet. Will link you right to the game. So like he said before, it's Blox Heroes, BLOX Heroes. So make sure you guys definitely go and give that a check out.
I'm glad you like that, because we really debated for a long time on what type of music to play in the background on that.
Yeah, the developer actually chose the music, and I was like okay with it. It wasn't my favorite. I was wanting something a little more upbeat, like more exciting.
But it grew.
And then I think Kevin's son said, I don't like the music. So we talked about it, and I went online for hours and looked up game music and picked out different songs. And then we finally said, you know what? It's not that bad. Let's leave it. So
I like it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can for sure. I can see how it would grow on you. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. So let's talk a little bit about your Gen Z NFTs and what all is involved with them. You guys originally rented them on Arcade, and so let's talk a little bit about what people can expect for having these Gen Z NFTs, what their use case is, what their utility is, and what they can expect in the future by holding these. Maybe we can get even more cleared off the marketplace by the end of this AMA.
For now it's the staking. You'll get the staking rewards. You'll be able to go, stake those and then go in and claim the in-game weapons rewards. And of course, it's the gatekeep function. We want to do something else with them in the future, have more utilities with them and things like that. But for now, that's basically it. It's the staking and the gatekeep function.
Okay. Any for the Gen 1 whitelist?
Gen 0?
Well, but it'll get you some whitelist.
Yeah, so that's right. Gen 0, holding a Gen 0 also gets you a whitelisted Gen 1. And Gen 1 is basically going to be the gatekeep and staking and everything for the second game, which currently the second game we're planning for a tower defense. We're still tossing up a second option in the air, but we're really leaning towards that tower defense as the second game. So, but for now we're focusing on Battle Blox and getting that working and playing well and play to earn like we want it to.
Yeah, definitely. So if you're listening to this and you don't have any Gen 0 NFTs from Secret Garden, make sure you guys go to arcade.fun, check out their marketplace there. There's a few still up for sale with a very low floor price, which for considering, it's going to get you automatic whitelist for the Gen 1 mint, and it's also going to you're going to be able to stake these to get rewards in game as well, which is very awesome. And just so people are certain, these rewards that they're going to be able to get in game, you're going to be tying them to a marketplace as well, so people will be able to then turn around and sell those if they want, or buy, or will they, and also be able to buy them from a marketplace to use in game.
We're toying with that right now. We would like to do a small sale of weapons up front, possibly, to allow some people to grab, a couple different weapons. That way, everybody doesn't start off with the same one or something weird, at the beginning of the game. So we're thinking about doing a small sale of some of the weapons to start off with. But we're also going to probably have some type of, how do I want to call it, like a lottery system in a way. So like we'll have common weapons, rare weapons, epic weapons, legendary weapon, and there'll be a system where people can go in and pay a small fee and get a chance of winning one of the better weapons. So there'll be a kind of a tiered system. Like the legendary will be like 1% or less than 1% chance to get. So we'll have something like that if people want to go in and grab extra weapons. And we may do a small sale of some of the weapons up front just to kind of get people going with different stuff so that the game plays a little more fun. Because we plan to have a player versus player in this as well. Some type of, 1v1 or something, because we want to use it for tournaments and things of that nature. So there's, we want to have some strategy involved with different weapons and different effects on each weapons. And to make that flow well off the bat, we may have to do a small sale of weapons, but most of them will come from in-game rewards for like winning the leaderboard for the day or from the staking rewards.
Now, you do have your OG role originally from the Gen 0 people right from the start, maybe offering the weapons to them first, maybe as a way to just get the ball rolling.
That's actually the idea we had. We thought about basically just allowing the OGs to be some of the first mentors of those, since that's kind of a perk in there. So, and we're giving away one of the OGs tonight. So, but yes, that was one of our thoughts is, hey, let's allow the OGs to pop in and mint some of those weapons. And then if we do a few different weapons and we do a few hundred of each or something small, I doubt they would all mint out, just OG. So I'm sure they would be, we could do some type of whitelist public or something just to, but yeah, definitely the OGs would get first run on whatever weapons they want.
So if you're listening to this AMA right now here on Twitter, I've pinned the giveaway tweet that they just referenced at the top here. Make sure you guys go like and retweet. Make sure you're following both Secret Garden and us here at Kadena Ecosystem. And we'll be probably drawing those a little later. You do have to be present to win, so make sure you guys stick around and listen.
Absolutely.
Don't want to miss out.
We have a lot of things starting to fire up in the Discord as well. We're doing a lot of different collabs, as well as we're going to be doing a lot of raids, and we're going to be giving away some OGs, whitelist, and even some Gen 0, possibly even some free Gen 1 stuff. So get in the Discord, share tweets, retweets, do anything you can to help out, and you just never know what you might land if you're getting caught doing something awesome. We surprise people from time to time.
Yes. Awesome. So yeah, make sure you guys
we've given out OG roles for infographics and other stuff if people make stuff for us, or so if you're creative or you want to do a YouTube video or have us on, you have a YouTube channel and want to have us on for an AMA or something like that, we try to reward people that help us. So
great. That's really important, I find, too, when it comes to keeping a community happy and interesting, is just kind of to, just do little tiny things like that to just show, the happiness or whatever of the group. So very awesome to hear you guys are doing that. If you guys want to join their Discord, you can click on Secret Garden's profile here, click on their link tree on their profile. You'll find all the links there for all their different social medias and everything, and get in their Discord and get involved. So let's move on now to what's going to be the next step, and that's going to be your Gen 1 mint. Now, you guys are going to be doing this on the brand new Asaku marketplace that just popped up. Any reasons why you guys decided to change over from arcade to this new marketplace?
They're awesome.
Yeah, we love arcade. Don't get
Yeah.
us wrong. There's nothing against arcade. They have a certain particular system that they use. We want to do like a 3-tier mint. Theirs is kind of built to be a 2-tier mint. So there was, it just
Some
didn't quite
limitations.
flow well with
Yeah.
how we wanted the project. But the team over there is amazing. They were great to us. They did a lot of awesome stuff for us. But after that mint, we had some people reach out to us and say, hey, we're just curious. We're building a marketplace. Or were there anything that might help us in the future? And we just got to chatting with those developers. And over the course of about a week, they started telling us what they're doing, what their plans are, what they can help us with, what all options we have. And there was really no limitations at all. We could do anything we wanted with our mints. We could do anything we wanted with the rules, with the NFT collections. It was
They're
just
phenomenal.
They're so thorough that it was like, okay, yeah, this just makes sense. Like the next collection is going to be a little bit more complicated art, more layers, more traits, more rules. And they were able to just say, oh, that's no problem at all. Like we can do that.
Literally, we were
So
trying to stump them, like trying to ask for things. So we were waiting on them to say, no, we just can't do it. We couldn't. There was not one thing we asked for that they just smirked and said, okay, what's next? It blew me away.
yeah. And even for the game stuff, we were like, well, we're going to need, a random minting staking system to where when someone goes to pull their rewards from staking instead of, it's going to give them a random mint from multiple weapons, collection, and just different smart contract things that we may need for the game. And they were like, oh, we've already got a skeleton. We can, for that one, we'll toss it into a GitHub for you. We'll put everything you need in a GitHub. And that way, your game developer would just have all the smart contracts already ready for you. And it was phenomenal, like how quickly they were able to respond and do everything that we wanted to do. And we're like, okay, this just makes too much sense.
Yeah.
They were,
We were literally at a point where we would be crazy not to use them.
Yeah. And that's nothing against anybody else.
No.
They were just, they impressed us so much. And I want to announce who they are, but they haven't announced who they are. But they're well known in the community. Anybody that knows who they are knows, they may already know who they are, but they're well known in the Kadena community already. They're phenomenal with another project they're working on. So.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that. We've already been in touch with them and have on all their different things that they're working on. So, and we're actually have already lined up an AMA with them on the 10th of May.
Sweet.
So they may be outing themselves then, or if not before. So yeah, I'm not.
So, I'm getting tired of holding this season.
I know.
Yeah, I will also reiterate, like you said, they're already a well-known and respected people in the community that are already building another project. So definitely something to be on the lookout. And it's glad to hear though that you've been able to, they've been able to provide pretty much everything that you need and that you're looking for. Not to say that Arcade isn't a great platform, because they are, and they've done a lot of really great stuff for a lot of projects. And before all this Marmalade standard stuff got figured out, they were very useful for a lot of people that just wanted to get their projects out there and get known and start building their community.
There's no doubt we love Arcade. I mean, we play their games. We buy 80s, 90s bulls. We've got our brawler bears. I mean, I've got all my stuff staked over there earning Arcade. So no, we definitely love Arcade as well.
Yeah, they were super helpful before our first mint to help us figure out what we needed to do and how to do it and stuff. So they're a great team.
Yeah, so it'll be very interesting to see as we're getting now. I think there was a little bit of a lull, I feel, for the past few months where we weren't really seeing new things being built. A lot of the projects were kind of slowing down on their progress and not really progressing too much. But a lot of people in the background were still plugging away, like you guys and a lot of the other projects. And like I can say, like there was a point where I was getting at least 5 to 10 new projects filling out our form for Kadena Ecosystem almost every week, and now it's down to like there's been a few weeks where we got nothing, but now we're starting to see more projects starting to pop up and stuff, which means the Kadena Ecosystem is starting to ramp back up again.
Yes.
And that's really exciting to see that all of these new things are coming out there, new marketplaces, new tools. We got like Teller making new dexes. We have new grantees for Kadena Eco being announced, all these really cool things. So it's really exciting. I think we're really at a new precipice for the next kind of tide that's coming to the Kadena ecosystem. And you guys are just kind of building at the perfect time and already have, like you said, you did the right thing of producing a product and putting it out there before even doing your mint, before even asking for 1 cent from the community or anything, to build that trust and build that that sign that you are, you're here to stay, you're here to build some really cool things and things that are meant to last. So very excited to hear about that. Let's talk a little bit more about the Gen 1 NFTs. Maybe you can explain how they're going to be different from the Gen 0. Obviously, they differ quite a bit in art style. So maybe just kind of go over like what they're going to employ, if there's going to be like one of ones, like what kind of things people can expect to see in this next iteration of your gnome.
We're super excited about the Gen 1.
Yeah, we really are. I meant to say this about the Gen Zero. It's 1,050 collection. We minted 1,000. We have a 50 for giveaways. We've given away several of those now. We have one of those tonight as well. There's 152 traits, I believe it was. And I think there was 11 layers. I forgot already. Sorry. But it's like 11 layers and 152 traits, and it's 128-bit pixel art. So it was real, smaller pixels. So we had some detail in there, and it came out to be a really nice collection. We were really, really happy with it. But the Gen 1 collection it's all hand drawn art, and I think we ended up with 236 traits somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I think there's 10 layers to that, but the art is so amazing. The artist really, it took a little longer than we wanted to get the art, but the artist really took his time, and I think he worked on it for around 5 months for this collection. But the way he did it is so amazing. Is that when you zoom in on the collection, it gets better. Like you can actually, it's the type of art you want to zoom in on and see what all you can find, because you'll be looking at it and be like, oh, that's really nice. And then you zoom in and realize one of the little tassels on the beard has SGK written on it. Or the VR goggles says gnome vision across the front. And it's, little things that you have to zoom in to see. And it's just the detail in some of the pieces on some of the traits is just really incredible. Like we have in the left hand, he's holding a moon, and it's got a little KDA rocket flying around the moon. When you zoom in, you can see the little smoke trail circles that the rocket made behind it as it came around, and how detailed it is. It's really mind blowing how well it's done. So, but yeah, that's going to be, I think, a 4,100 collection, which is 4,000 for mint and 100 for giveaways and stuff. But yeah, like I said, 236 traits. I believe the one of ones. Man,
20. Were there 21?
We got to 21, but then I think we may have pulled one or two back off the list. So it's somewhere close to 20 one of ones for the collection. So it's a pretty good number. So yeah, it's going to be a really, really, really nice collection.
Good bit of rare, legendary, epic type stuff.
Yeah. When you have that many traits and some of the layers, you have 25 to 30 traits, even after you get everything spread with all the rarity, even the highest rarity for some of them is like 6 or 7%. So, you don't have too many traits that are 15, 20% in the collection. Most of them are 5 to 7 for your commons. And then when you get down to that 1 and 2% is when you get into those more legendary, traits and NFTs. So.
Now, when it comes to these traits and stuff, like you had on your gnomes, you had some that were kind of homages to other projects and other references of the Kadena ecosystem. Are we going to see the same kind of thing with the Gen 1s?
A lot.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
There's one of the trait categories, which is basically like a medallion that goes on the front of the outfits, and almost there's only a couple of outfits that don't have the medallions, but all the outfits have have the medallions in the front. And I think there's like 19 or 20 of those different ones of those, and 4 or 5 of them are other things, but the other 15 or 16 are actual projects. KPN has one. So we have, we did a lot of projects, like for Wizards Arena and CAD cars, and there's a whole bunch of projects. Kadena Mining Club, Core
Kitty CAD.
Blockchain, Kitty CAD, yeah. So yeah, there's quite a few of those in the collection. So,
and you see special stuff. There's stuff for Crypto Spider. There's stuff for me for C4. You'll see different gaming for different genres of games, whether it's Nintendos, Ataris. There'll be different different characters, clothes, outfits that fit different games and stuff. Different characters in different games. Some old, some new, modern stuff. So there's just a huge selection from every different angle.
Yeah.
A lot of KDA stuff, Kadena.
Any koala heads?
We do have a koala. We have a koala medallion. We do have a medallion for koala, but we don't have anything else. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I like seeing my little koala guy here and there. It's kind of a cute little homage.
It'll be in the collection.
It's in the collection, absolutely.
Now, when it comes to your games and connecting your wallets for your NFTs and things like that, what kind of options are you guys looking to bring? Is it going to be done mostly through Wallet Connect, or are you looking to have full in-app integrations with some of the wallets?
We're definitely going to use Wallet Connect, but we would like to have direct integrations as well. So we'll use the Echo Wallet and Koala for direct integrations if we can, and then the Wallet Connect. From my understanding, with Koala working with Wallet Connect, that basically if you have Wallet Connect, it's not hard to add Koala as another separate option. So I actually found that out today. So, so we plan on having direct connections to the easiest wallets for people to use. Wallet Connect feature along with the Koala and Echo.
Well, if you guys need any help, we have our channel with you in our little Discord server, because like we said, we try to pretty much talk with all the different projects that are building on the ecosystem directly, because we can all help each other out and help make everything better for everyone. That was one of the reasons why we work directly with the Wallet Connect people to try to get this set up and for everyone to be able to use. So definitely if you guys need any help with that kind of stuff, just shoot us a message. Our devs are more than willing to definitely help when it comes to anything like that. So when it comes to after Gen 1, is there going to be Gen 2s? Are you kind of looking at pretty much releasing every time you come up with a new game? Your next one you said you're working on is most likely, but not 100% going to be a tower defense type game. If after that one is made and put out and the collection is sold out and everything, is it pretty much going to be rinse and repeat every time you make a new game?
Yes. We're planning on having a new gatekeep NFT kind of for each game. And we're having something that we can, because we hope at some point the market's well, the games are doing well, and we don't really have to sell anything to allow people to come in and play the games, because we don't want to make our NFT games pay to play, where people have to spend these crazy amounts of money to come in just to win rewards. So depending on how the project's going in the market and those type of things, we would love to keep all the mint prices as low as possible. But yes, we plan on having probably a new collection for each game that we have. And we hope in the future, right now it's not set this way, like the in-game characters for Battle Blox do not look like the NFTs for the Gen Zero. They don't look the same. And we hope in the future that we actually have NFT collections that look like the in-game heroes and all that stuff, so it all looks flows a little bit better as well. But as for now, that won't be the thing. But yeah, and we definitely plan to do that in the future.
Well, considering the progression of the characters and the NFTs, really the next progression would be a 3D model type situation, really, when you think about it, because you have you went from 8-bit to a 2D. So really, chronologically, 3D render would kind of sounds like we would be the next step forward in the evolution.
Yes, it would.
Very well could be.
Yeah, it very well could be, and especially because in what we would like to do for our third game, I could absolutely see that being done in 3D. Like it would look so amazing to be done in 3D. I think it would only make sense because if we do that game, the game would be in 3D. So,
right,
yeah. So
I'm picturing like a Breath of the Wild type open world where you're a gnome and you're working through the secret garden and you have to like protect it from people attacking the garden and trying to steal things and stuff like that. Kind of going along the story that you had.
Kyle, have you checked to make sure he's not eavesdropping in our meetings?
Yeah, he probably is. No.
What? That sounded awfully familiar to a conversation we had.
So I guess it's just great minds, right?
Yes, exactly right.
No, we have a great idea for a role-playing game. The thing about role-playing games is those games usually cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And as much as we wish we had that budget right now, that's probably going to end up being game 4, game 5.
You never know. We might wind up with that kind of budget. So
hey, I hope so, man. Like if everything goes well. But yeah, I mean, that would be a little bit farther down the road. I would imagine a full role-playing game because open world and it just gets more complicated and more time to build and and things like that. It's going to be, a little bit harder to do, a little bit more expensive to do. But we do have an idea for a good role-playing game we think would be amazing. But no, unfortunately, that probably won't be the third game.
But we have had a lot of conversations on the garden and protecting the garden and, different things that you can have that comes in and helps you fight and battle and stuff. So,
Yeah. The theme of all the games are going to be, along that line of the secret garden and the gnomes and protecting it and things like that. If you go to our website at sgkgaming.com, there you can see at the top where it says lore. And we had someone write us out a really nice lore about the cave and the garden and the gnomes and kind of their history and, where the story is. So kind of give you an idea of where the theme of the games are going to go.
Absolutely. I think he's in the space listening. So,
oh, is he?
I want to send out a thank you to him for all the work he helped us do on it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what would be the natural nemesis to a gnome. I'm trying to think of what that would be, because the only thing I can think of that in the real world that is a threat to gnomes would be like kids bashing them.
A lawnmower running over them.
Yeah, a lawnmower or something running over them. Like I remember
Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, I remember when I was a kid, I remember seeing gnomes on people's yards, and I was like, let's go smash them, because we were rambunctious kids in a small town with very little to do. So,
well, I think what we might end up having to worry about is Biggity Bo trying to send his robots in. Like the robots might be trying to invade the garden or something, and then we've got to protect it. So we've already talked about battling the robots,
the Evo bots.
Yeah.
When you read over like history of for stories of gnomes and stuff like that, from what I understand, their biggest enemies were giants and goblins. That was their or something like that. So that's that may play into some themes somewhere down the road, but basically, if you read over the lore, the gnomes kind of discover in this cave. They're underground dwellers, so they're used to mining and digging and finding gems and things like that. So they were exploring this big cave that they found, and they came across this secret garden, and they discovered that it has a secret power. And then they basically decided that they wanted to stay and protect that because, they discovered that in the past, lots of other creatures and people and whatever have come down there trying to steal the power, and they don't want that to happen because they're afraid it'll be used for the wrong thing. So their goal is to expand the garden and to protect it and try to make it be a place where it's more of a sanctuary as opposed to something that can be harmful. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. That goblins would definitely be against gnomes and giants for sure, because gnomes are really small and giants are really big. So definitely would make sense to have those as natural enemies. Now, that's pretty much all the questions I had. If there's any, I don't know if there's any other kind of like alpha or anything you guys want to drop. Maybe you can just go over for people who are interested in getting in for the upcoming Gen 1 mint, which I believe you stated is starting on May 13th for the OG mint, and then 14th for whitelist, and then 15th for public. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah. It should be 24 hours for each mint to give everybody time to get in and get their rolls.
Yeah, the OGs will be allowed to mint as many as they want, but I think we decided we were going to put a cap on it at about 1,500, 2,000.
Yeah. So the whitelist round will be a cap of 1,500 total. But the OGs can mint as many as they want until that 1,500 is gone. And then the whitelist round, you'll have to have a whitelist roll, or you'll have to have a Gen 0 NFT. We'll take a snapshot right before mint, and everybody holding a Gen 0 will automatically get a whitelist spot. If you hold 10 of those, you'll get 10 whitelist. We'll let you stack those. And then the whitelist is stackable as well. We've already got a few people that have won 2 or 3 from giveaways, and so they'll get some extra ones as well, whatever, when it's whitelist. Then of course public will be open for unlimited for anybody. So
that could be
and as you said, you're not taking the snapshot until just before the mint. So if people wanted to now, between now and the 13th, wanted to go and snatch up some Gen 0 gnomes on Arcade, they will be entered in as a automatic whitelist for holding those.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We'll take that snapshot right before mint. So we'll try to keep it as close to mint as possible, so that anybody that grabs one can get in.
Well, there you go, folks. And yet another reason to go snap some Gen Zs or Gen Zeros off of the marketplace and clear it out and get ready for the upcoming mint. So I don't know if you guys wanted to maybe open it up, see if anyone listening has any questions. You can send in an invite to speak. But this has been very awesome. I love catching up with you guys. Like I said, you guys have been doing amazing work. You're building a really great community. Your Battle Blox game is amazing. It's really fun, actually really fun to play. I've spent a good hour or two playing it today, just trying to catch up and see on the new changes since the last time I played it. And like I said, it's very smooth, very fun to play. And your Gen 0 flew out the door, which was awesome, very awesome to see. And people really seem to be very excited. Your marketplace sales have been going really well. So I think everyone's just kind of getting ready and getting pumped for the next iteration. So very exciting to hopefully have that happen very soon.
Yeah, we're extremely thrilled about it. And I can't say enough about our Discord. Just everybody that's in there, our OGs, our whitelist, are solid, man. They're fun to get in there and joke with and talk to, and they support us, and they're just as excited as we are. So we're ready. We're ready to go.
Awesome. Well, it doesn't look like really anyone has any questions. They can always send in an invite if they come up with anything. But you guys have a little giveaway that you wanted to do. So why don't we give one last shout out for the people that are listening right now? The tweet is pinned at the very top of the space. So go and click on that, like and retweet, follow both accounts, us and Secret Garden, get those last minute entries in. And then I guess you guys will be doing, I'm guessing, a Twitter picker draw or something like that.
Yeah, I was doing that now actually. And
okay.
It's one thing to do Twitter picker. It's another to make sure they're in the spaces.
Yes.
So,
for sure. The moment you put the word giveaway or something like that into a tweet, you just get bombarded with bots and all types of things like that. So it can be a pain to try to find people that are in the space, but sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah, I was fixing to say we could look for them if you called them, but if you got any questions, please jump on and ask. We'd be
don't be shy.
Anything. That's the one thing we love to do, is get to know get to know our followers and people who love to play the game. We love to hear from people and talk to people, and I love to get to know people. So I'll even get on that Discord and ask, where do you live? Where are you from? What are your hobbies? Where do you work? Like I like to know people, so I enjoy that.
We got a fellow Asako mint project coming up here, Pitbull Bushidos. They raised
Absolutely.
their hand and came up here, so feel free to go right ahead.
Hey, well, I don't really have a question. I've just been listening. I just wanted to say congrats, you guys, and I'm waiting for the gnomes to come out. I was going to say the biggest enemy should be a lawnmower. So just think Frogger. Remember Frogger? Trying to cross that street.
Yes, Frogger. Yes, I loved Frogger and Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Frogger, just something like that. Cross the lawn before you get run over.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, I want to give a shout out to you guys. You guys are meeting here next week,
May 1st. Yeah, and
May 1st.
I need to eventually talk to you guys because I need some connections for our own digital game. But then, of course, we're concentrating on our IRL card game, which I'm actually working on as I sit here at this computer.
I know. I'm excited to get my 47.
Well, they should be coming out pretty soon. I think once the 47 Samurai, like I said, with the collection, at most only 47 people could have all 47. So that
Right.
would be the most. But the cards should probably be done by the end of summer, if not sooner. So I'm hoping to get those out to everybody ASAP.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. I'm excited about it.
But good job on the game and everything. We've been super busy, so I haven't had a chance to play any of it. My wife and I are actually in the middle of moving, so we just sold all of our furniture, and I'm currently using an ironing board for a desk and a beach chair for a chair. So I sold my truck and everything.
You're living the dream right now.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Well, hey, dude, look, Kyle and I love to help people. So, yeah, definitely reach out to us. We will connect anybody that we can to just, we just want to build Kadena, and we want everybody to work together and help each other. So, the more we do together, the more we share, the better that it actually helps Kadena in the long run. So, by all means.
We're meeting people every day from different ecosystems and different, you know what I mean, like Biggity Boo's in here, and we've gotten hooked up with KT the Kiltman with the whole scribe thing. We're going to be implementing into our Discord, and it's just like every day we're meeting new people and different, so. It's amazing. Now it's getting to where we'll just hop into a random space and there'll be someone in there speaking that we've talked to before, and they'll be like, "Hey, Secret Garden's here. Why don't y'all hop up and tell about you?" And it's just every time we talk to somebody or meet somebody, there's just a new opportunity it's been amazing. So
we talked to a lot of people in other Discords too. We're in a lot of minor Discords, and it's funny. I was in one the other day and listened to Green FX. They're in here, and I listened to their Discord about their mining operation. So there's a ton of projects here that are building and doing great in the Bear, and it's just super exciting to be a part of Kadena right now.
Yeah. And of course, I know you guys already gave them a shout out, but to Isoko, those guys have been great. We all know who they are, but they've been they've been great. Like I throw them some stuff that like I said, with all this move and stuff, there's some stuff that I just could not do because I just didn't have the time to do it. And they're throwing it together and they're getting it done. So.
Are they not? Yes, dude, they're awesome. Those guys are fantastic.
And
all right, I have the winners whenever y'all are ready. So go ahead.
Yeah, go right ahead. Let's make some people very happy.
I just want to let you know. So. Okay. So the Gen Zero, the free Gen Zero gnome is going to UFOs Rule, Sean.KDA. The OG roll.
He's here.
Yep, he's here. All these are here, I believe, now. The OG roll is going to go to, I hope I pronounced this right, K. McKee. Has the Burning Skull.
Yeah.
And then the first whitelist is going to go to Mr. Uwe. And then the next whitelist is K. Crafty.
K. Crafty.
Yep. And then the next one is Easel, Anytime Zero. And then one of the Green FX, Daniel Sky 777. And then KZville.
Well, man, I know Thick and Rich was waiting. Like, he was waiting to get his. Man.
Sorry,
He's
Thick
going,
and Rich.
I know he's going to jump on me in Discord now. Like, crap.
Well, that's great. So make sure everyone that just heard their names announced, make sure you guys reach out to Secret Garden to claim all your prizes and jump in their Discord if you're not already, because that's a place to be.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to see you come join and hang out with us. Like I said, there's a lot of cool projects in here, and we talk to a lot of different people in there, and we'd love to get to know you. And we appreciate you guys for having us.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's always awesome with y'all.
Well, we're always happy to talk with any of the projects that are building as hard as you guys are in the ecosystem. So it's been very great catching up with you guys today and learning more about your plans, your things for the future. And I know I, for one, am super excited for your next mint. I can't wait to see where it goes. I can't wait to see even the next game that you come out. Tower defense games are lots of fun. So hopefully that's where you go. That's what you go with, because I love playing those types of games as well. And make sure everyone, like I said, join the Secret Garden Discord, follow them on Twitter, follow all of their accounts, get involved and get involved with the project and find out more. Pitbull, you got your hand up. Please go right ahead.
Just one request, if you could at some point in the future, please make a zombie one. Because that's my genre. So just, the gnomes killing zombies, I'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I've actually, I've had an idea for something already along those lines. So I'm writing down ideas left and right. I'm like, oh, we could do this, we could do that. So yeah.
Yeah, we have some crazy late night conversations. I think they get crazier the tireder we get. The later it gets into the night, it gets kind of a little more stupid. So that's kind of fun for us. But you just never know what's going to come out of stupid, right? Because we have some.
Well, I can't wait to. I can't wait to see all the stuff that you guys have involved, and no idea is too crazy, especially in this world nowadays. Seems like every day something even crazier seems to happen. So I'm sure nothing will surprise anybody anymore. So very excited to see what you guys have involved. Like I said, make sure you guys, everyone listening, gets involved, join their Discord, get involved with their project and help out. And like they said, you can, just be part of the community, help out, make infographics, make little videos, make whatever you do that you feel comfortable with, and just help get the word out there of the Secret Garden. And like I said, if you guys need anything from us here at Kadena Ecosystem or Eucalyptus Labs, always feel free to shoot us a message. We're more than happy to help with anything you might need. So thank you guys both for coming back on and catching up with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Y'all take care.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. Thank you, Pitbull Bushido, for coming up and having some awesome conversations with us and joining in. So thank you very much, everyone, for listening. And like I said, follow Secret Garden, get involved, join their Discord, and be part of the iterations and progress of this amazing project. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming out and listening today, and take care. Have a good day.
Thanks, buddy. Bye-bye, everybody.
That wraps up another amazing AMA. Thank you for listening. Here at KPN, we strive to bring an open platform for projects being built on Kadena to present themselves to the community. Please ensure to do your own research on each project before investing. Also ensure to follow us on all our social media, from Twitter to subscribing to our weekly newsletter, to ensure to keep up to date on everything KDA related. You can find all the links in the description below. Take care.